going on, friends and family? My name is Skylance, and I'm here, and I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic to talk about my top picks, my top 10 list for upcoming anime-inspired games. Now, to clarify, not all of these games are inspired or related directly to an existing manga or anime. Maybe they are just in the style of an anime, or they happen to be inspired by certain anime universes or overall Japanese culture. I try to pick ones that have overall, you can kind of look at it and just say, yeah, that kind of looks like an anime. Yeah, those are the kind of games. Okay, maybe some cell shading, whatever, the art styles, and of course the Japanese culture influence. Okay, is that good enough? Intro over. Let's go into the top 10. All right, guys, let's have fun with number 10. And maybe it's a little bit controversial because I think it's more like similar to like manhwas. And I mean, it's got some Japanese. It's got Eastern culture in there as well. But this is a Korean game. And currently it's Korean only. So maybe we'll get into the West. Hopefully. I think it's really going to vibe more in Korea. Anyways, you're going to have aesthetics like you're going to have Power Ranger type characters. You're going to definitely have some manga looking characters, some anime looking characters. And overall, the CGI that I saw, it was like, very Japanese-ish, very Korean. So I think it should fit on this list. I don't know if I can really dare say that it is a proper anime game like, the ones further on the list, but I think it's kind of fitting. Now, if you want to know what the actual gameplay is, well, Hyper Universe is an upcoming 3D. Well, it's 3D graphically, but it's a side-scrolling, so mechanically it's 2D MOBA. So think something kind of like Awesome Knots, but kind of also like Elsword because it's very beat 'em up-ish. Yeah, anyways, that's what it's like with, very Japanese or like anime and, stuffs. Yeah, number 9 is going to be Maple Story 2. Now, I'm putting it at number 9, even though I'm personally very excited for this game because they had such a radical change in art style. Now, I still think that it's sort of, origin for the art. I mean, it's kind of chibi, but it's also very blocky. It seems kind of like a merging of its original concept being very chibi and anime, and then kind of bringing it over to like a Western sort of design philosophy. Like, I mean, it's 3D and it's cubish, so it's kind of Minecrafty, you know what I'm saying? Which is a very Western art style, but I mean, like, I don't know, it's still chibi, it's still anime, and it's still got like a lot of, that heart and soul from the original Maple Story, that very, okay, I'm just gonna say corniness. It's kind of fucking corny, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cliche, but it's also kind of cool at the same time, Anyways, Maple Story 2, I think, is gonna resonate with a lot of people who enjoy anime, and anime culture, that slice of life kind of thing. Maple Story 2 is gonna be a very minigame filled action RPG type of MMO. So if you want to check it out, well, sadly, I don't even know if there's a confirmation that it's actually coming to the West. It might take a little bit, but if it does, which when it does, I'm definitely going to be jumping on. Okay, friends, number 8 is going to be a game called Soul Worker, which absolutely is uncontestedly anime-inspired graphically. And in fact, a lot of its story, its world building, its characters seem like it's ripped right out of a manga or something. It's incredibly cliche. And yet, this game has taken a really long time to be developed. In fact, there was many rumors that the game was entirely canceled, and at one point it was actually completely reworked from the ground up. So, yeah, I don't know when we're going to get this game. In fact, a lot of these games are taking a while to develop. And even if they do develop and release, will we actually get it in the West? Well, anime in America, at least, not too terribly popular. So yeah, maybe it could. This is a very manga-esque game. It is a very linear action RPG online game. And it seems to be quite action-packed with, that whole anime action. It's incredibly colorful, and the characters seem really fucking weird. But I'm definitely down for it, Teenagers with giant chainsaw swords? Abso-freaking-lutely. Alright guys, number 7 is going to be Pyria Chronicles, and I know a lot of you guys are really hyped for this game, but I think the way the game was promised, the way it was premiered to be, I don't think it's quite going to be that game. It was supposed to be kind of like anime, high graphical fidelity, Minecraft, / Pokemon. You were supposed to be able to create like entire villages and custom make and even kind of code like different quests and do just a whole lot of creative and custom stuff. But it's like supposed to be an MMO, but also it's supposed to have this crazy action combat system that involves you capturing monsters and then utilizing them. It just seems really, really out there. Of course, I mean, with anime games, they tend to be really weird, right? But the problem with Pyria Chronicles is that it's kind of in a development, iffy spot right now. We don't know how it's actually going to truly come out, if it's going to be one way or another. We're going to have to see. So it's kind of low on the list here, but either way, I think graphically, in terms of the anime styling as well, it looks really good. right, friends, number 6 is the number 2 in the series, and it's called Gravity Rush. Now, Gravity Rush is going to be an open-world action RPG that has, well, gravity-defying, action combat. So, there's that. I think, in my opinion, this is a very anime game. It seems very manga-ish, in my opinion. Just like the story, the culture, the game, the world building, all of it together, and kind of the art style. Now, some people maybe will disagree a little bit, but I think for the most part, it doesn't kind of, like if you squint, kind of, I know it's not perfect cell shading, and I'm not saying every game on this list looks, graphically just like an anime, but it's inspired, right? Right? Okay, anyways, Gravity Rush 2, I think the gameplay really speaks for itself. I'm definitely planning on getting this on my PS4, so I'm pretty hyped for that. Hopefully you are too, and if you're a fan of anime, I think it's pretty cool to see games that aren't just copying from other cliches and doing something crazy and original, and that's kind of the spirit of manga, isn't it? But in game form. Alright guys, so the next game is called Indivisible. Now, you can actually play the demo right now, and the gameplay you're watching is from that demo. So yeah, from the stylings, it looks kind of like Flash animated, anime inspiration. It's actually very JRPG inspired, but it also has platforming, so it's pretty unique there. But what I really like about this game is the fact that it's from the developers of the acclaimed game Skullgirls, which is a fighting game that I personally own, and I really love the animation work in that game, and I feel like it's it's kind of a mix between cartoon and anime, potentially. It's really more like the whole Flash looking, but whatever. I think it slides, right? Especially with the JRPG mechanics added into the game. So yeah, I enjoyed the demo. I'm probably going to pick up the game, maybe day one. We'll see reviews, but for an upcoming list, absolutely, I can't deny my hype. Yeah, dude, coming in number 4, I've got Senran Kagura Peach Bleach Splash. Now, this is, okay, yeah, I really want to say things about this game, but I think I've never really touched anything like it. Now, there are other games in the sort of series, but every game in the series is, like, very different mechanically. They're very different games. I think they share some characters, but overall, it just, like, they're just weird games that kind of make fun of a lot of the cliche, well, kind of perverse jokes and humor and art in anime, kind of, a little bit. Anyways, the art style itself is going to be very inspired by anime. It's basically looks like a 3D anime itself, busting out of the seams there. It's pretty obvious that this game's assets are quite anime inspired. Quite animated indeed. Big boobies! Coming in at number 3, on a little bit of a more sincere note, is Ni no Kuni 2. Now, I actually missed the first couple games, so tragically, but I do know that I am excited for this one, because overall, I just get, like, from the trailer, it just seems more up my alley. It seems like it's more focused, or at least being presented, for more of, like, a teen audience, or, like a young adult audience, where in the originals was more, like, very, like, childlike main characters, very Studio Ghibli-esque. In fact, Studio Ghibli actually did some animated scenes, the animated sequences in those games. So hopefully this game is going to actually be kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for something, like Spirited Away-ish, and actually reading the story from the original game, it kind of seems just like that. A boy goes into like a fantasy world, stops beckoning evil, and there's familiars you can summon, and there's some magic and stuff. It's very JRPG, but I'm totally into that. Anyways, Ni no Kuni, despite my very much lack of experience with the franchise, please leave in the comments below if it is a good franchise. I have heard it has really good reviews, and number 2 looks like it's going to be a little bit more serious, a little bit like Studio Ghibli kind of trends. You have like your Ponyo, and then you have your Howl's Moving Castle. I'm hoping that this is going to be somewhere in between, somewhere like Laputa Castle in the Sky-ish. Anyways, that's what I'm feeling. If you guys had no idea what I just said, well, you should go and watch some really great movies. Number 2 on my list for anime-inspired games, I'm going to put Kingdom Hearts 3 if it comes out next year. I hope it does, right? Maybe a little bit. Anyways, we've been waiting for a while. But Kingdom Hearts, I know a lot of people are going to say, no, that's not anime, that's cartoon. But come on, dude, come on, really? Like, I know it's kind of a softer art style, and it's a very JRPG. It's very Japanese. It's got Final Fantasy characters, but also I know it's got Disney characters. But I guess my argument to that is that Disney, and in the early days of animation, which was very Western at the time, was very much inspired anime itself. Things like Astro Boy and stuff, and Mega Man, and they had these very bubbly designs at first, and then it kind of matured a little bit more into the anime style that we know now, kind of divulged into like, we have kind of diverged into like the chibi art style, and then we have like seinen, we have shonen arts, you have all these different kinds of art styles, and I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 and just the Kingdom Hearts franchise itself is kind of a merger of like Western fantasy and, like Western design and cartoons, and also anime, and of course, video game, JRPG, goodness, right? That's kind of what the whole point of it. It's a fantastic amalgamation, maybe some abomination. No, it's not. It's definitely an art itself, the game. It's just a mixed match of cultures and stories and art styles in a way. And I think a lot of people would just say it's just magical. It's just magic, man. Okay, well, number one, I think it's definitely debatable. Your list could look way different than my list, okay, but I'm gonna put Yandere Simulator. Now, it's actually pretty interesting. The developer of Yandere Simulator actually has a YouTube channel, and every single update talks in depth with really, really good videos. I mean, it puts a lot of work into this game, and then the videos itself, and he just kind of explains the production of the game as a whole. Now, it kind of sucks you can't stream this on Twitch anymore, but maybe I'll stream it on YouTube Gaming. But Yandere Simulator essentially is kind of like a really fucking dark slice of life, literally slicing life. Here. So you play as a Yandere-chan, and you want to be with Senpai. You must be with Senpai. You must date Senpai and eliminate everybody who gets in your way. Now, it sounds kind of cute and weird. It is really weird, and it's definitely going to be rough around the edges for such a very twisted and weird title. I absolutely know that. But since I do actually see the true development of the game as it is being developed, I can definitely say that this game is going places. I mean, I literally have seen where it has come from, and I can see where he wants the game to go. And there's just, you know, from a gameplay perspective, there's just a lot to do in this game. You know, despite the very controversial subject matter, I think if we enter and approach this game with a little bit of a dark humor, I think we can all have a lot of fun. Thank you for watching my top 10 list for upcoming anime games or anime-inspired games. Yes, I know that some of these games are pretty freaking niche, and in fact, there's probably some games out there that I missed that are incredibly niche, so if you want to, you know, go ahead and mention those, tell me, why, Skylight, why didn't you mention blah, blah, blah? Well, I just didn't because I probably missed it. So yeah, these top 10s, they're community effort, okay? So, community, my friends, if you would, leave in the comments below some games that you think are really good anime-inspired games. Go ahead and give them a shout-out. I'd really appreciate that, and I think everybody else would too. So give it a like and comment and do all the things that give me good engagement and rank me higher on YouTube statistics and algorithm. That'd be pretty cool. And guys, I just want to make sure, are you having fun? I hope you are. My name's Skylint, and I'll see you in the next one.